Coming to you live, it's Sunday afternoon. Welcome. Every week I've been doing this, haven't I, Kenneth? Like, what up? Okay, so hopefully I have some friends and family tuning in because I did just do a little pre-game over on my personal Facebook page, inviting everyone to join me live in Fruits here at Roots, here at Rythmia in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Lovely to have you. As per normal, I'm going to call up the video here on the Facebooks so I can interact with everyone as we roll through today's Facebook Live. You might notice by the description that we are reaping the raw awards. What does that mean? Well, if you tuned in last week, you will understand. I don't know why I just folded up my paper towel and I'm unfolding my paper towel. Last week, if you tuned in, we did a bunch of raw dehydrated recipes. And today we're going to reap the rewards and have a look-see to see how they turned out. Just calling that, I might as well just bring this up here so I'm not staring down. Calling up today's video. There we are live. We've got only 11 people watching. So I'm gonna just say hello to some people. Kathy is watching. Kathy says hello. I've got Asan. Hey Asan, nice to see you again every week. Joey is watching. Christine is watching. Ingrid's watching. Ingrid, she literally just finished working here and she's already watching in live. Satu, Karina is watching. Anna Maria is watching. Dylan is watching from London. Okay, so this was super fun last week. Anyone that's tuning in, please type where you're watching from. Where in the world are our Rythmia viewers? I would like to know. So everyone that's watching, please tell me, where are you in the States? Tell me what state you're in. If you're not in the States, tell me what country you're in. I would love to know. It's a fun little game that makes me very, very happy. Christina's watching me. What's cooking? Well, nothing's cooking because we're uncooking. We're talking about raw dehydrating today. So nothing, we're uncooking. We got Mindy watching from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Joey's watching from Mesa, Arizona. Kathy's watching from the Bay Area in California. Bet you we're going to get some people watching from Australia. A fellow named Craig watches every week. I will be highly disappointed if he's not joining in. Mike is watching from Saratoga Springs, New York. Sharada saying hi, love from Philly. Nice to see you, Sharada. Thanks for joining. So much fun. Keep it coming, you guys. Okay, Bruce just joined. Oh, I love this technology. You know what? I'm going to put this up here. I don't have my... Marina McKenzie is watching. Hey, Canuck from Kelowna, BC. Got a lot of Canadians here with us at Rythmia this week.
Finland.
So, we've always got our amazing Finland crew watching. Satu, nice to see you tuning in. Thank you so much. So before I get going, I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to take a sip of my almond milk with cardamom, cinnamon, and turmeric. Recipe you've seen me make on the Facebook Live many times, homemade almond milk. But I do want to talk about one thing real quick here, and it is something called Majesty. Majesty is an event coming up here at Rythmia in August that I wanted to just tell you guys about because it's going to be pretty spectacular. Not that every week here at Rythmia isn't spectacular, but this coming August we're doing this great week for the first time. It is happening August 12th to the 19th, and it is for all of you mystical women out there. You know, we have an amazing series of guest speakers, including Brandy Powell, Jerry, our beloved Jerry's wife. She's going to be down here as one of the hosts for this retreat, and there's going to be an awesome lineup. Let me just tell you a bit about that. So we're calling this Majesty. Mystical women, you are called to remember who you are and what you came here to do. And we're helping you do that with Brandy Powell, who's going to be talking about awakening the inner healer and shaman within you. Jennifer Butler is going to be talking about the true colors and finding the sacred power of them for you as an individual. Gina Jones is going to be here talking about aligning with your soul's divine plan. Inanna is going to be here helping us remember the priestess within. And Jennifer Sodini, a dear friend, someone I love dearly, she's going to be here to talk about unlocking your intuitive potential. So this is happening August 12th to the 19th. It's going to be this super feminine divine week. There's going to be all of the regular Rythmia programming, the plant medicine, the breath work, the yoga, the cleansing, all of that included. Then all of these amazing workshops for us to all unleash the power within us. It is Majesty, and we're talking about mystical women, but I'm sure men are more than welcome, and I'm sure the men that join us that week would highly enjoy tapping into their feminine side. So that is something I wanted to tell you guys about. More information, obviously, via the Rythmia page. Call the 1-800 number, get any information from the booking agents. And there's one other thing that we might as well talk about. Ching! Miracle Meals. Again, I get people all the time messaging me, asking me if I have a cookbook. And the answer is yes, I do. It's called Miracle Meals. And this is some of the most requested recipes that I serve here at Rythmia on the buffet. I wrote this in about a month last May. Working on book number 3 right now, hopefully going to be done by the end of this year, but this is just a really quick reference guide. It's got a little intro from Jerry, but then a bunch of 100 pages of plant-powered recipes to do with pictures of every recipe. Super important for me with a cookbook. So, available on Amazon or here at the gift shop. Enough with the commercials. Let's get to the food already, right? Let's see who else is watching. Joey is saying, where can we get that cookbook? We can get the cookbook on Amazon. You can get my book and Jerry's book for under $40 on Amazon. Just saying. Also available through my website, meganpearson.ca. But let's see what else is going on. Christine is saying, I found it on Amazon. That is correct. Marina's saying, have a contest for Majesty. Well, I think we have our ongoing Rythmia contest where I think you do a Rythmia testimonial, and then you can enter to come again. Maria is watching from Ola from Playa del Carmen from here in Costa Rica. Christine is watching from Philly. So
Playa del Carmen, I think, is from Mexico.
Oh my God. Probably. I don't know. I hear Playa and I'm like, it must be Costa Rica. I live in a bit of a bubble, obviously. Sean, nice to see you, Sean. Sean is a friend of mine from, what, last year? Was it last year that we were on retreat together in Nosara Guiones? Super great to have you. Jason is watching. We've got Kelly watching from Austin, Texas. See, we're not going to get any food recipes done. I'm just going to sit and watch how many people are watching and where you're watching from, because this is a fun game. Just kidding. Let's get to the food. So if you remember, and if you tuned in last week, you saw that we created a number of recipes in the Dehydrator that I told you we were going to talk about the final products today, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So if you didn't tune in last week, you'll have to go back into the video archives on the Rythmia Facebook page or on YouTube and check that last week's video out to get the how-tos for most of these recipes, because today it's just the show and tell portion for the most part. So first thing we are going to talk about is the Dehydrator. So again, this was the home version of the machine that I talked about last week. I've had a bunch of people ask me today where I got this and how much it was, and I just got it online here, and it was $100, less than $99 on Amazon. Really great dehydrator unit to have at home because it is small. It is only 11 inches by 11 inches, and it comes with 4 trays. Really great for the home raw foodie. So today I've got my 4 recipes in here. Let's start with the granola, since I've revealed that already. Last week we made raw granola. So this is a really simple recipe. Flashing back in time, it was just a bunch of nuts. There was cashews, there was pecans, there was almonds, there was coconut, there's raisins, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, sesame seeds, orange juice, orange peel, honey or maple syrup, I can't remember, vanilla and sea salt is all that went into this recipe. And then we've had it I had it dehydrating for 2 days. I just have put it back in the dehydrator here to show you guys, for the magic of television, how it's going to look. So this is our beautiful granola. Then all you need to do is crumble it up as fine as you want it. I like it a little bit chunky. Depending how dry you get this, I've dried this out pretty well. It will store for many months in a jar, room temperature. Here in Costa Rica, I quite often store it in the refrigerator just because the humidity tends to get to things pretty quickly. So I'm just crumbling it up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to plate this up as if we were going to make breakfast for ourselves this morning. And we're going to make our yogurt to go with it. So there's our granola. Yum, yum, yum. But we're going to make cashew yogurt. Just a really, really quick cashew yogurt. If you watched my coconut video a while back, we did cultured coconut yogurt. Is that really a close-up? Zoom in. You're talking really fast. Josh Trent has joined. Maria says Mexico on the Mayan Riviera. Thank you for that correction, Maria, because I'm apparently don't know much about the globe. Sarada is saying, I love the cookbook. I have 2 of the autographed books. I'm waiting to present one of them to the most deserving person. Beautiful. Nancy is saying, hello, chef. Oh, Sean is saying yes, and still are. Sean is watching from Calgary. Sean, I don't know the context to what you just answered. Yes, we still are. I can't remember what I was saying. Kelly's watching from Austin, Texas. Okay, Sean is watching from Victoria, BC. Super, super awesome. So much fun. So we're making yogurt. What was I saying? I said in the coconut video a while back, we made cultured coconut yogurt. Today I'm going to show you a really quick cashew-based dairy-free yogurt. So I got here amazing, look at these, organic Maragnon. So, so good. Super organic. Got a couple that were a little bit extra toasted, because here in Costa Rica these grow on trees, and I was just talking about this with some of my kitchen staff, that these grow on trees. The season is when is the season? It was like 4 months ago, wasn't it? Like
Yeah, when it's hotter.
like April, May.
Uh-huh.
March, April is when the fruits come out.
Yeah.
About that, around
Like,
that time.
In the end, the history week is May.
Yeah. So the fruit, like these, like if you probably might not know, I wish I had a fruit to show you, but the way that cashews grow are on a tree, and there's a big fruit that hangs down. It's quite often yellow or orange in color, and then there's one cashew seed that hangs out the bottom end of the fruit. So the fruit's hanging up here. Like imagine this is the fruit. The cashew hangs out the bottom, and it's sitting inside a really, really, really tough shell, like a shell like you need special tools to open it, Verdad? Hey, Kenneth? So if you've ever wondered why cashews are so expensive, this is why. Because one fruit lends one nut.
And it has a cover feel like, you know, the cocoa cover, very strong.
Like a super, super strong coating.
When I was young, I catch a lot and put it on the fire, directly in the fire with wood and leave for 30 minutes.
Yeah, because you need to roast the shelled nut in order to get the shell off, and also and there's a bit of a risk with that, because as the shell that's around this nut is being roasted, it's releasing like toxic fumes, right?
Exactly,
Like you can breathe it and get really sick. Like I can't remember the name of it. But if you've ever wondered why cashews are so expensive, I'm still holding this here. I'm not really sure why. It's like one nut per fruit. And they grow on the trees here, and locals do it. I've never, my husband, soon to be ex-husband and dear friend and amazing chef, he's roasted them himself many times, and it's pretty epic. But anyways, let's get back to the recipe. Last week I was talking about an ex-boyfriend, now I'm talking about my ex-husband. We don't need to get into all those details. So, I'm gonna put about 2 cups of these organic cashews into my blender, and I'm gonna add a bit of vanilla powder, because we're going to be using this yogurt for sweet recipes today. I'm going to add in a couple of extra thingies like the vanilla. I just use my fingers. Kenneth was going to grab me a spoon, and I'm like, meh, using like I said, my best tools are my hands. And I'm going to squeeze in here juice of a lemon. So if you watched my coconut one a couple weeks ago, we cultured the coconut yogurt using probiotic capsules. Today I'm just adding in lemon, because this is going to just be a really quick yogurt. I just want to have a bit of tang, the way that you would, you know, yogurts are tangy. So I'm adding in lemon juice to give us our sweet tang, because I'm going to be serving this fresh today. We're not going to give it any time to ferment or age. So I'm going to add in actually the juice of 2 of these lemons. What's going on over on the... Jamie's watching. Croden
Romanian.
says from Romania, Bucharest. Oh my gosh. Sharada's saying she's picked up cashew fruits near the beach when she visited in April. Lots of mangoes. Yeah, mango season in March, April, May. Miss that table of time, reflection, and delicious food. Oh, we miss you too, Danielle. Super cool. Tom is saying, oh my lord. Tom, why are you saying, oh my lord? Are you rolling your eyes at me because I'm being ridiculous, or what? Answer me, Tom. Tell me what's on your mind. Speak to me. Okay, so I told Kenneth, and he rolled his eyes. I was like, this is going to be a short Facebook Live today, because all I need to do is show everyone what we made last week. And look at this, we're already 13 minutes in. Whatever. I'm going for a massage when we're done this Facebook Live, everybody. I'm taking care of me today. I'm going to go for a massage as soon as we're done here, and then I'm teaching yoga. Happy, happy Sunday. Okay. Focus. Vanilla, lemon, cashews, and the only other remaining ingredient that I'm going to add in here is water. So I'm just going to bring this over to my filtered tap water here. And I'm not going to add a ton to start. I'm going to add about a half a cup just to help get this blending, and then I'll add in water as need be, because you can add more water, but you can't, sure as heck can't take it back. So here we go. Of time, noise, and the fact that I just want to get this plated up because it's going to look really pretty, I'm going to just go that far. So you can see here it's pureed quite smooth. It's got a little bit of texture in it still. We could add a bit more water. You know what you think I'm going to do? Just to get it a little bit creamier and runnier. I mean, it's kind of like a thick Greek yogurt currently. I'm going to let it go a little bit further. Pardon me, everyone that's in the restaurant. There we go, I like that better. So this is going to be great for our fresh version, but this will sit in the fridge and get better with age. And it will start to bring on more of a cultured and yogurty taste as we let it sit, but today it's going to be just fine. Pat is saying you don't have to soak the cashews. No, not in this moment, because I just want to get this. This is like, I'm pretending it's Tuesday morning. I just want to have my granola. I'm not soaking the nuts. Soaking the nuts could A, soften them to make them easier for blending, and B, there's the idea that they can release the, you know, any of the toxins that might be on the outside of the seed that would make it more hard to digest and make it more but the proteins and all of the building blocks of the amino acids and everything more bioavailable. But I'm not going to go crazy with that right now. This is just a really quick alternative to dairy. That's all I'm going for here today. So I just wanted to show you how quickly you would do that. So in order to plate this up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some fruit, and I've just grabbed some fresh chopped fruit off our buffet this morning. I'm going to lay that down halfway across my plate. I'm going to put that pretty piece of green kiwi on top, like so. And I'm going to grab a little bit of my yogurt, and I'm going to place that down the middle. Wink. Just like that. Yum. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of my granola, lie it along the edge there. How pretty is that, right? And so satisfying. And you can up the portion or dumb down the portion if you want. Serve that with a green juice and a cup of coffee. Pura Vida, right? Dun, 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 dun. Easy peasy. Now this coconut yogurt, I'm going to put it into a jar here, and what I would typically do is either just put it in the fridge and let it sit like this for a few days and use it that way, or another great way to utilize this would be to put it in a glass bowl that was low enough that I could slide the whole bowl into my dehydrator and let it dehydrate, and then that's going to speed up the rate at which it becomes a bit more tangy and yogurt-like. But because I added the whole juice of whole 2 lemons, it's pretty tangy already. Yeah, I like it. There's no sweetener or anything like to this, so the fruit is going to be the sweetening agent. What we also could do here is just drizzle some yogurt or some honey or agave or maple syrup on top, and that would give it a nice sweetness as well. What do you think, Kenneth?
Really delicious.
Does it taste like yogurt?
Yeah, delicious, yeah.
It kind of tastes like nut butter with a bit of tang, right?
Right.
So it's really satisfying. This breakfast is super high in good fats and all of the great fiber and protein from the nuts. So that is dish numero uno, finito. Dun, 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 dun. Sean is saying yummy, Maria saying looks fabulous, Kelly saying beautiful, you guys are awesome. And look at this, Pat is saying thank you. Oh, so many beautiful people. I love this. Take another sip of my almond milk. Okay, just gonna slide that back in here for now. And we're gonna move on to the next thing, which is our great little dessert snack, which is, if you remember from last week, we made dun, 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 fruit leather. Easiest recipe in the world. I was just telling my friends at one of the juice cafes here in Nosara today about making this, because I do this all the time for myself, but it's a great kid's snack. And all we did last week, if you recall, was take a bunch of fruit. I think we used papaya, pineapple, banana, and strawberry, if I remember correctly. Just that, nothing else. Blended it in our blender. Lied it out flat about this thick on our non-stick dehydrator sheet. And then I let it dehydrate it for about 24 hours. What I did is I let it go for about 12 hours. This is what it looked like. And then after 12 hours, I just kind of gently peeled it up, flipped it over, and let it dry a little bit more just to make sure any wet bits, if there's any wet spots in the middle, dried out. And we got this leather. There was a brand of fruit leather that I loved as a kid that I like to kind of fake in my presentation. So what I've got here is just some non-stick parchment paper. You could use wax paper if that's what you have on hand, but I'm going to use parchment. And I'm just going to cut it to size. It's my first time doing it like this, so bear with me. Grab my big knife. And I'm just going to, let's see, cut this into 3 strips. Hey guys, if you can name the brand of fruit leather that I'm talking about, put it in the comments. I'm not going to say it. there is a brand. I might need to cut this with scissors, let's be honest. Clearly this is my first time doing this. Do you guys have any idea how many things I do for the very first time live on Facebook? An awful lot. And for the most part, we don't get many fails, but we do get a lot of fails. So, the reason we put the parchment paper in here is so that we can roll up these fruits. There's a tip, a hint for what the brand is of this great little fruit snack. And then, look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my... So the key here, guys, unless you have a really super sharp knife, is you're going to have to cut your paper separate from your fruit roll-up. Oh, I said it. Did anyone get it in the comments? Fruit roll-ups, yep. Everyone's got it. You guys are very smart. Daniel Kaufman's joined in and watching us. Hey, Daniel, how you doing, bro? All right. Dun, 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 dun. Flip that over. So good. And this will keep forever, like for a pretty long time, if you can not eat it. I have a hard time not eating it because it's delicious. I had to drive to San Jose this week to deal with some stuff at my lawyer's office in downtown San Jose, and it's about a well, it took me 4.5 hours. I luckily had the fruit roll-ups that I made at home with me, and that was like my car snack. I just nibbled on these things the whole drive. But how cute is that? Dear friends at the Juice Cafe in Tamarindo, this is how we need to get more fruits into the kids. You can start making this and serving this up at the cafe. They'll love that. All right, number 2, Dunsky. Moving on to number 3, and it is 2:21. Daniel says this looks amazing. Thank you, Daniel. Did you see the yogurt plate that we made with our raw dehydrated granola and homemade cashew yogurt? You're gonna have to watch the video from the beginning later on and find out how we completed that dish. Okay, moving on to the next one. So the next and final recipe that I think we did last week was the onion bread. Que rico, huh? So I purposely left this, and I'm going to be honest, this is not the exact batch that we made last weekend. I've gone ahead and done them again because I wanted to be able to show you all of this. So, Kenneth, down here, let's say we had this going for about 8 to 10 hours. You can see the top is super dry. Once that's dry enough and I test it and I can flip it, this is what I always do for all of these breads. I flip it over like that, and then all you need to do is peel this off. And you're going to have little wet, damp spots typically in the middle, and the reason we do that process of the flip, which I'll show you again. So this is the way we put it in. It was super wet when we first put it in, and about 8 or 10 hours later it becomes nice and dry. Pick up the whole non-stick sheet, flip it over, peel it off, and then you can get all the moisture that was on the underside to dry out. Now, this particular bread recipe, I like to dry semi-dry. Like, I like to keep it moist. So it could actually be rolled up. Can you see, Ken? You can actually like roll it up. You could use it like a tortilla or a burrito, or we can use it in the way that we're going to use it today, which is as the bread for a sandwich. So I'm just going to slice it into some pieces here. I'll do not too big. This bread, by the way, it was a flax base. There was flax, sunflower seed flour, onions, sea salt, olive oil. I think that's all we put in there. So those are going to be our 2 slices of bread, and I'm just going to slice these up. Use those for later. And this, because this bread is, I did not dehydrate it until crisp and completely dried out, it would need to be stored in the refrigerator because there is moisture in it. So if we left it at room temperature, especially here in Costa Rica, it would grow bacteria and mold. So anything that's not completely dried out should be stored in the refrigerator. In your refrigerator. So what I'm going to show you here is how we can plate this up real pretty like, just for fun. So this is our finished product. Store it in the refrigerator. If you forgot about it, A, or B, wanted it like crunchy like chips, just dehydrate it until it's completely dry. So then it would be, and then you could just snap pieces off of it because it would be so dry it would be crisp like a cracker. Then that would be able to be stored at room temperature just in like a glass jar or something. Because you've got no humidity left in it, it's not going to go bad. As I mentioned in the last video, that was why we started dehydrating things way back in the day, was a way of food preservation. So we would dehydrate things like fruits and vegetables and beef jerkies and stuff like that in order to preserve it for later use when we didn't have like the refrigeration systems and the different types of food storage devices that we have today. Almond milk does a body good. Patrick Fromm is watching. Tiffany Hurt saying, hey Meg, yummy, nice to see you, Tiffany, so nice to see you. I'm going to make that with my daughter. Lovely, healthy kid snacks. Okay, forgive me. Amira? I can never, every time I keep saying your name, I feel embarrassed to say it because I feel like I'm saying it wrong. So please tell me phonetically how to pronounce that name. Lily Schneider's watching. Daniel Kaufman's giving me lovey eyes. Brittany Maddox is saying she wants. Lorena all the way from Texas is watching. Oh, so much fun. Back to the sandwich. So this is going to be so I have these 2 slices. This one's a little bit ugly because it's a corner slice, so that's going to be our bottom. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to give you guys the nice edge. And then I've gone and taken a few ingredients off the buffet that I'm going to utilize for our sandwich process today. So the first thing I'm going to do, oh, you know what would be actually quite good? We could use this. There is a bit of vanilla in there, but sweet and savory. That's going to be our mayonnaise. If we hadn't put the vanilla in here, it would be a much more functional mayonnaise, but I think it'll be nice. I don't know why I'm saying mayonnaise. Is that Spanish? That's why I'm saying mayonnaise. Then I'm going to put some carrots, grated carrots on the bottom. Might as well toss in some lovely red peppers. I've got some delicious marinated vegetables off the buffet, so they've got a nice herb lemon vinaigrette. So I'm just going to toss a few of those on there. This is going to be messy, Kenneth. You're the one that's going to be taste testing this. So those can be on the side. One of Jerry's favorite vegetarian burgers going on the sandwich. Jerry and I just had a great conversation about how much he loves these plant-based burgers. They're his absolute favorite thing in the world. He happens to be nearby, obviously. And then we're going to top it with some lettuce. And this is just amazing organic hydroponic lettuce from our neighbor's farm. And then we'll top it. We could put a bit of Dijon mustard or something on top. And look at that loaded onion bread sandwich. Does that look delicious or what? Mm-hmm. Looks really, really good. And that, my friends, that is all she wrote for our Facebook Live today. How exciting is that? Reaping the raw rewards of that very small amount of work that we put in last weekend. If I hadn't been yapping the whole time, it would have taken all of like 20 minutes to do all of these recipes. Got them in the dehydrator. 24 hours later, you're gonna have these great ingredients that you can utilize in many different ways. I quite often, for dinner, I'll do like a big bowl of soup or salad, and I'll just take this onion bread and smash a bunch of avocado on it. One of my most favorite things in the world. There's many different versions of this onion bread. I have a version of it on my website that has red pepper and zucchini in it, so it's a little less heavy. This is flax-based, so it can be a little bit harder on the digestion. So just make sure you're chewing it very, very well and staying hydrated. But other than that, let's see if there's any questions. Yes, I got the cookbook. Am I saying your name? Amira? Okay, so she got the cookbook, this lovely past guest of ours at Rythmia, and she got the cookbook when she was here, and she's been so cute. I was actually showing Jerry just at lunchtime today your Insta story about the burger you last night, because we were talking about my veggie burgers when we were having lunch today, and I showed him that you had made it at home last night and that you were loving it. I love that. Family loved the burgers too so much. So great. Dylan saying super. Are you making fun of me for saying super too much, Dylan? Or are you actually just saying that this is super? Kelly saying looks so good. Maureen Donnelly saying yummy. Maria is saying what is in those burgers? It is a cauliflower and potato burger today. I do a bunch of different ones. There's several in my cookbook. Let's see which ones did I actually put in my book. Oh, there we go. Pronounced Amira. It's all good. Love you. Amira. Thank you. Tiffany Hurt saying, hey Meg, yummy. Okay, so let's see what burgers are in my cookbook before we go. I don't even remember. I've got quinoa chickpea burgers, corn and dill burgers, and lentil and brown rice burgers in the book. So the cauliflower ones are not. Maybe we can do a whole thing on burgers and fries one of these days on the Facebook Live. Speaking of, if you have any ideas about what you want to see in future Facebook Lives, please write that in the comments, because I could use all the help I can get coming up with content, because I'm not really running out of ideas. But I would like viewer requests. I've been doing quite a few of those. I have some viewer requests coming up in the next little while. Let's see what's going on for next week. Next Sunday, June 17th, which is Father's Day in North America. Is that Father's Day here as well? Yes. So it's Father's Day here in Costa Rica as well. I'm going to be talking about, it's called Soups On. So we're going to be doing a bunch of raw soups. That's the plan. So tune in, please, next Sunday, if you can. I understand that many of you will probably be out doing Father's Day activities, but you can always come back and watch on the Facebook Live in the video archives or on YouTube. And in the meantime, have a beautiful week ahead. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. Can't wait to see you guys all here at Rythmia very, very soon. Don't forget to ask about Majesty, all you divine feminine creatures out there. And we love you. Kenneth?
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you guys soon. Mwah.